All right, everybody, welcome to this lesson on puppet prompting, which is about how to get your character into new situations, how to get them to actually do things and interact with your environment. This can be a little bit tricky, but this is a really fun way to start using Midjourney to do all sorts of fun things that you maybe didn't know it could do. Now, this is based on Clarinet's puppet prompting tutorial. I will include a link in the show notes, and I will also show you how it's done. So let's get started. All right, so this is the template for Clarinet's puppet method, where you have an image of, this can be an image of your character or the setting, but you don't have to have the image of the character and the character in the same prompt, in the same part of the prompt. So this is a multi-prompt, obviously, but you can have your character image here with the setting. That is completely fine. That's completely copacetic. So setting is place. Character name is blah, blah, blah. Setting contains ABC, doing action, ABC being your character. And then you add atmosphere, filler details, media type, and artists. And then you have your version, and then you have your arrangement. So an example of this, we've got an image of Lisa Jones, our 11-year-old cowgirl. We said his setting is Montmartre, name is Lisa Jones. You can also describe your character here. You could say Lisa Jones is an 11-year-old redheaded cowgirl. And then you could say setting contains Lisa Jones drinking, well, you probably wouldn't want her to be drinking coffee, but you could say drinking tea at a cafe table. And then you say watercolor Parisian storybook illustration, aspect ratio, and then the seed. And there's an alternate puppet method where you just put the character image and the character description here. Again, you don't have to say name is Lisa Jones. You could say Lisa Jones is an 11-year-old cowgirl. Whatever works the best. Try out both and see which one works the best. So when we first try this, and we've just got an image of Lisa Jones standing there, we don't get her sitting down, we don't get her drinking coffee, she's just standing there. Now it is a nice image. It's a nice image, and it basically shows her as we did the description, but it's not what we want. So sometimes the character won't interact with the environment, and they're just standing there. So one solution is to do a prompt and then an image. So you don't include the image in the first prompt. You describe the character's appearance in a little more detail. Then add your image prompt when you remix your image with very strong or very subtle. And then you make sure remix mode is turned on in settings. The issue is it's hard to get your character to wear the right outfit. In this one, for example, she seems to be clipping into the table a little bit like a 3D model, and she's got 3 legs. So this is not ideal, but she's also wearing this weird jean vest and a turtleneck, which is not what we have her wearing in anything else. But this is a method that you can try, and sometimes it works much better than this. So you can also have the active character sheets, where you can create a character sheet for the character in various action poses and use these images as references. This can sometimes lead to extra white space if you have a white background, or a black space if you've got a transparent background for this image. And you can see that here, where this is kind of, the background is very white here. You can try to counter that by taking out the image prompt when you remix it. But this does have her sitting at a table, and she's got a cup right there, and this does have kind of a Parisian watercolor feel. So we have got pretty far. Now, one problem that I didn't see while I was making this tutorial is I have her drinking coffee, which is a grown-up drink, and of course she's an 11-year-old. So this coffee is probably pulling on the data to make her look older than she is. And so if I was going to do this again, I would have her drinking tea or drinking a smoothie or lemonade or something like that. You can do the same type of prompts in Need G5, and you get another example. Again, you've got the white space because you've got the active setting. Now, one thing you could do is you could take this image here, and in Canva, you could remove the background and then put it kind of just paste this image on top of an image from a Parisian cafe and then use that as the reference. You would probably get a bit of a better result there. So there are many different ways that you can get an image, but you can see we're already pretty far in getting a good image of her at the cafe. You can also play with different parameters. You can change the image weight. You can change the stylization. Here's one where the image weight is lower, but the stylization is maximized. We've got --S1000, and that is, I kind of like this one. This feels very atmospheric, very scenic. And we've got the basics here. I mean, we could fix this little flounce on her shirt in Photoshop without any issue, but that's kind of nice. You can also use blend and remix, so you can use the blend function to merge two or more images together, then use the remix feature to add detail, and if you want to merge images from the web, use Imagine and copy and paste the image URLs into the prompt field. You don't need a text prompt, but you do need at least 2 images. So this is the example from using blend and remix. It's okay, but as you can see, it does make her look a bit too old. So you might want to make sure that the image you use as a reference has her looking like a kid. So we've got blend. We're going to blend these 2 images together. This is the results. And then we can remix and use the puppet prompt that we used before. So this is already, I think you could honestly use this in a storybook. She maybe does look a little bit too old, but like I said, that's an issue with Midjourney with making middle grade type images. Kids from age maybe 7 to 12 or 13, it really struggles because it can make images of babies and toddlers and little kids, and it can make plenty of images of adults. But this age is difficult for it. So you can use blending and puppet prompting to get this image. And then you can get this. Why is this? Hold on just a second. Alright, so we say put reference images in different prompts. So you can put the cafe reference with name is Lisa Jones or your description of Lisa Jones. That can sometimes get you better results. Sometimes it doesn't make any real difference. It's up to you. And then sometimes, yeah, this is another example of using blend and then remixing it with the puppet prompts with our image references added as well. This is pretty good. Again, she does look a little bit too old, so I would, maybe if I was going to pursue this, I would add more brackets around her age and add a negative prompt about her, being an adult. And of course I wouldn't put coffee in there. That was a mistake on my part. I would have her drinking lemonade or tea or something like that. So, okay, we've got the recap. Here is the puppet prompt example where you've got the image URL, the setting, then the next multi-prompt is the name, then the setting contains ABC doing action, whatever. Then you've got the atmosphere, filler details, and media type. If your character will not act with your environment, try writing a puppet prompt without any image references, then adding them when you remix your image. You can try using reference images of your character in the pose that you want them to take. And you can also use blend to blend 2 images together, then add a puppet prompt when you remix your image with very strong or very subtle. I will have some demonstration videos to show you how to do this. So the next steps are going to be using a puppet prompt to put your character in a new situation, and if it's not working, try one of the strategies outlined above. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.